been recently appointed as the Acting CEO of Telkom. What do you hope to bring to the business under your leadership?
Well, I think the first thing is obviously some clarity on where we need to focus our initiatives. Try to ensure that we are driving those initiatives across 5 primary objectives. That's really around leadership and organization. It's about improving our EBITDA and our cash flow performance. It's looking at launching mobile, which is we're all very excited about. It's driving broadband. And finally, number 5 is to reposition the asset that has been purchased in Nigeria, Multilinks. Those would be the 5 things. So clarity, focus, and allocating our resources to those 5 initiatives to make sure that we turn this company around.
Let's talk about some of the key elements that you've mentioned right there. Broadly speaking, how is Telkom handling some of the challenges of telecommunications convergence as a business? How are you managing that?
I fortunately have had the opportunity to work before Telkom with Deutsche Telekom on both fixed and wireless, and before that with Swisscom, which is like Telkom in Switzerland, on both the fixed and wireless. So it's really about broadband, and it's not necessarily only fixed or DSL broadband, or it's not only about mobile or 3G or HSDPA broadband. It's really bringing those 2 initiatives together and driving broadband so that we can go to a home, a consumer, and say, Mr. or Mrs. Consumer, here we can provide you with a laptop, we can provide you with a dongle with 3G, we can provide you with DSL, we can provide you with a number of things that you'll be able to do to have broadband connectivity at your home. On the business side, where we have quite a bit of success in the past, is really going to an enterprise and saying we can do your IPLCs, your international private lease circuits, we can do a number of your frame relay or data applications, as well as here's a wireless application for you and for your employees or for your customer.
Let's take a look at Telkom entering into the mobile space. Tell me about the exciting opportunities that the business is looking into there.
We've announced that we will be launching our mobile offering before the end of this year. The team's working very hard, both on the back end and getting the network and the IT systems ready, as well as on the front end, making sure that we have the right service, given what's been a very rigorous set of customer due diligence and segmentation and what we need to do there, and setting up a number of distribution channels as well. So we're very excited, we're working very hard, and I'm sure that we'll be able to provide something interesting and differentiated to the market.
Okay, looking broadly into the African continent, particularly in Nigeria, and you mentioned the multi-link strategy. What is your strategy with regards to operations there?
I think one of the things that we need to understand in Nigeria is that 100% of the markets for mobile communications, 90% of that is GSM. There are 4 operators there: MTN, Zain, soon to be Bharti, Glo, and Etisalat. And then the other 10% is CDMA, which is a different technology where Multilinks is part of it. You have Visaphone, you have Starcoms, you have Multilinks, you have another company called Zoom. So it's a very small piece of the business that we're active in. And what we need to do is reposition our way out of that business, or having it as the primary focus of the business, into an area where I think there are tremendous opportunities, and that's on the providing services to enterprise customers. Data services, connectivity, security around those data applications. Because Nigeria, you have such scale and such growth that financial services companies, natural resource, oil and gas companies, retailers, ShopRite, as well as a number of other companies are going there, and what they need is bandwidth, connectivity, and security around that. And because within Nigeria there's not a real incumbent operator like a France Telecom in France or a Telecom Malaysia or even a Telkom here, we believe that with the 7,000 kilometers of network that we've put in place there, that there's a tremendous capability that we have to differentiate our services, certainly superior to what we're doing with a 2.6% share in CDMA wireless business.
What other opportunities do you see in Africa and in South Africa as a whole?
I think right now we need to focus on where we make our money and where our customers need us, and that's really within South Africa. I think we need to look at repositioning Multilinks as well as a couple of our other assets, MWeb, both to increase our in-country scale so that we're not small, as well as to minimize the exposure and to make sure that we're investing a lot of our resources into South Africa, where we're strong and where we need to provide a lot of service opportunities and capabilities for our customers. So it'll largely be focusing on South Africa, and once we get that reasonably positioned, then I think we'll look at other growth opportunities. But if you try to do too much in life and business in too many different places, you get distracted, and we now really need to reallocate our resources to where the money is.
As Acting CEO of Telkom, how are you ensuring a return on investment in terms of what the company is outlaying in some of these projects, and also ensuring shareholder value in terms of that return?
I think we're looking very clearly, and I talked about it a little earlier today, is who are the customers, what are the requirements, how do we segment those customers, what are the products that we need or the bundles or the services that they need or we need to provide, and what is the technology that we need to put in place in order to deliver those services to those customers. I think in the past there may have been, let's build it and then the customer will come. We're being very focused now on how we're allocating resources on the basis of customer requirements, the product life cycle or the roadmap, the technology life cycle or the roadmap. And with that, I think we'll be far more efficient in allocating our resources, which will then drive my number 2 objective, EBITDA and cash flow improvement, as well as return on investment. We need to focus on the things that are contributing to the business and stop doing the things that are not contributing to the business.
You mentioned in your speech the issue of measurement. That's your key thing, measurement, deliverables and objectives.
Yes.
How are you ensuring that you're going to make sure that Telkom delivers on those measurables?
Well, I think, again, it's back to clarity and focus. With the 5 things that we're focusing on, we're allocating resources to those initiatives and making sure that we're measuring. And what I can say is this fantastic team in place there. Everybody, I think, is very motivated. They want Telkom to succeed, and I think we have not only a commercial but a social responsibility to make sure that Telkom succeeds. So we need to invest a lot in training, and we need to invest a lot in our people to make sure that that happens and that we do get the return on investment and the other improvements in cash flow that we're looking for.